Hey guys, Ranganaj Scotty Kusungai here, aka 10 Tack. Holla at my boys, holla at my girls. Like, what up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to talk about life after fishes. So, before I begin, just like to warn whoever's watching this vlog, is someone who's interested in hearing about defecation and, the darker side of the shitty side, then you've come to the right place. This is not quite your cup of tea. I suggest you stop watching now because it's only going to get worse. Yeah. So, life after fishes. I speak about this speaking from fresh, recent experience. Seeing how I myself had well, I've lost the word now, but the same ailments. I was tormented by the same ailments a few weeks ago, less than a month ago actually. And before I get into, actually I'll just get right into it. I mean, the first time it happened, just sitting on the toilet, doing what has to be done. I mean, I don't know for the rest of you out there, but for me it's a really important, serious part of my day that I personally really, really enjoy. Like, I mean, the build up and the release, man, I can't explain it, man. It feels like you walk out of that toilet with a load off your back. You walk out feeling like a new person, like a new man, like you're ready to take on anything, like, nothing could go wrong. Well, something went horribly wrong. Yeah. So what happened was the first time, I remember, sitting on the crap doing what it do, you know what I mean, man? Just trying to keep it real when this unpleasant sensation started. I mean, it wasn't like straining. It was like what my friends back in high school at St. George's College in Harare, Zimbabwe used to like to call a ringer stinger. Right, now for those of you that aren't familiar with the term ringer stinger, a ringer stinger is that crap that you take where basically it feels like you're trying to push a rock out. You know what I mean? As in, it feels like you're holding a rock out and it feels like it's stretching you in the process and it feels dry. I mean, I don't know what it feels like, but it's probably what anal sex with someone who is very poorly hung would feel like. Anyway, that's how I walk out feeling after those. But so I thought it was just one of those, well, regularly irregular or irregularly irregular ringer singers, and I was like, oh, you know what, I should drink more water, I'll get through this, let me just push. So I pushed, and what came after was not only not pleasant, it was something I never experienced before. It felt like I didn't only feel like this good old fecal matter of mine was, a lot less lubricated than it should have been. It also felt like it had taken on a sinister nature of its own and changed shape. Like, it felt like it grew a dorsal fin. It felt like it was digging a semi-anal canal within my canal at the 7 o'clock area. Now, if you don't know what I mean by 7 o'clock, okay, imagine your anal canal, or your anus. I don't know what the politically correct term is. Imagine it's a clock, right? And imagine your coccyx, or anyway, the direction towards your head, right? It's 12 o'clock, and towards your heels, the bottom of your canal is 6 o'clock. And then your right hand will be 3 o'clock, and anyway, 7 o'clock. Now you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it felt like it dug a trench or a semi-canal all the way through the 7 so it could get out. Like, I mean, the canal had been like, yo, bro, your shape is wrong, so we're not letting you through. And he was like, fuck that. I'm getting through here one way or another, with or without your consent. That's what I thought like. And it was painful, but not above my threshold. It isn't the kind of pain where you want to kill yourself. It's the kind of pain that just makes life kind of unpleasant. You flinch, but you don't have to fear, tears, anything else. It's not that kind of pain. It's the kind of pain you could hide if someone else happened to be in the crapper with you. Which personally, I've not really been in that kind of situation. But yeah, for those of you who are, yeah. So really, the pain persisted after, and for the next couple of hours. I could feel it when I sat, I could feel it when I walked, and of course, when you went to wipe, there was blood. Not a lot, but enough for me to appreciate the magnitude of the situation, basically. Yeah. So, those of you who don't wipe and go push, 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 I think this story will give you, reason to wipe, because I mean it's not something you're gonna catch if you just go push, 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 and then just bugger off. You know what I mean? Like you need to give a shit and wipe, and yeah, get a look at it, because you can discover things like this sometimes they're insidious. I mean things like this could get seriously complicated. I mean we've been learning about about hemorrhoids at school and their grades. It's graded from 1 to 4, and like 4 requires surgery, so like you don't want to come into that. I think I'll still at grade 1, where basically it's still nah, basically. But that happened once or twice more after that, and this is where the fear began. This is where the actual subject of the matter begins. Life after fissures. All right. If you want suspense in your life, if you want to experience true suspense, don't rent a thriller. Don't watch The Sixth Sense. Get Fissures. You'll be in suspense at least once a day. I guarantee it. And for some reason, I needed to crap more on a daily basis after I had the Fissures. So like, I mean, that Murphy's Law, I mean, it's just brilliant like that. I mean, I realize I've been babbling for ages now, so I'm going to try to wrap it up, because I'm pretty sure some of you out there are getting bored, and most of you, a bunch of others of you have just decided to stop watching. One, you don't want to crap. And your body's like, yo, I need to get this out. And you're like, nah, bro. Under construction. The pathway is under construction. We're closing it off. And your body's like, well, you can close it over if you want, but this stuff has got to get out somehow. And if it doesn't get out, well, then you're just going to have to suffer consequences. So there's self-induced constipation, depending on, how adventurous you are. And then, when it, of course, because, you're only human, it's going to come to a point where it doesn't matter how you feel, it doesn't matter how much you don't want to re-experience that experience, and how much you want to give your body time to, recover, and time to, resolve itself, and, finish its roadwork constructions. After a while, I mean, your body's just like, nah, man, I'm sorry, but the stuff needs to get out, and you have to go let the stuff out. And that by far is the worst point. Those few seconds where you're sitting there and you're thinking to push or not to push, and then you push, and then there's that split second before the truth is unveiled to you, and it turns out you still have fucking fissures, man. That's the worst. That one's the worst. And then even when you don't, the suspense, it just kills. The climax kills the anticlimax, to the point where you can't truly appreciate. Right? You can't truly appreciate the gift of healing and the gift of resolution, because you don't know if you're fully resolved. You don't know if it was a fluke. You don't know if it's gonna happen again. It's terrible. It's terrible, but I mean, if you like living life on the edge and life to the fullest, man, I mean, this is another one of those ways to do it. You like excitement? Get fissures. Other thing is, I had to change my diet. Now I have to drink a lot of water. I mean, that's not really something to complain about. It's just that I don't drink a lot of water, and I mean, it's something. And I have to take these down. Vitamin C. And I'm one of those douchebags who never remembers to take the tablets every day, and every time you forget to take these, buddies, your body will remind you. Oh, I've also moved on to a high fiber diet, which basically means I've substituted all my starch with vegetables. But it's been a week. So there's hope. Anyway, thanks for wasting the last 10 minutes of your lives listening to this. Hopefully you learned something. Tentak out.